Okay, we're here, right?
We're here.
Hey, welcome.
Hey there.
Welcome to you from Blanco River
From
in
our backyard.
Blanco or Blanco, Texas.
Depends on whether you're from Texas or not.
um,
I guess North Texas, South Texas probably is the difference more than anything.
hey guys.
It's been a long time.
We're so glad to be joining you, and I'm sorry that it's been a while. It has been a while.
been
And if you, in the background, you may hear some ducks that are joining us.
We're right by a road, so you're going to hear some cars driving by, I'm sure. And we're in the country, so there's going to be a lot of diesels driving by. So there's going to be a little noise. Give us some grace on that. But we want to get going.
Yes.
Because we got a bunch to cover, and we're running out of daylight here.
Yes.
So we're sitting on the beautiful Blanco River. We're excited to be here with you guys. Wanted to kind of fill you in on some stuff the Lord's been doing. And we want to start off with kind of what the bulk of the last few months of our lives, energy and time have been, and that is our baseball season. We finished off talking to you guys last time, letting you know about an opportunity that we had to partner with a local 501c3 nonprofit organization that does ministry in the New Braunfels area, and they do a lot of different sports that they work with, whether it's volleyball, basketball, and softball, and then we got involved in the baseball side. So we were able to, all three boys were able to play on baseball teams this year. The twins got to play on a middle school team as sixth graders, and Noah, as a freshman, got to play on the high school team. And it was a tremendous blessing. It was an incredible experience, and one of the hardest things that we have done in years.
Yes.
Our focus in so many different ways has been pastoral and kind of in ministerial, and we got back into sports, and in my mind I was excited to get back into coaching sports, but what we found over the time
is we're just still doing ministry big time.
It was husband and wife, it was pastor and pastor's wife, as we were walking these kids and these families through. There's some of our friends here showing up, as we were walking them through the season, and just really came to an understanding. I mean, it's a Christian homeschool organization that this baseball team was a part of, both of these teams. And as we're working with this baseball organization, this Christian homeschool ministry, we recognized that that it's not always the focus that you thought it would be. And a lot of the families had very different focuses, and a lot of the families had different ideas about what it is that we're trying to do and how we were going to do it. And so all through the year, we had a lot of feedback from people about, we should be doing this, we should not be doing that, we should be doing this, we should not be doing that. And so we had to put the pastor hat on. We had to put the pastor's wife hat on, and spent a lot of time really working through a lot of ministerial things and praying about the situations, and it was really stretching for us, but what a blessing. Our kids ended up having a great time. They really enjoyed the season, and we got to go and play all over, from Austin and Round Rock area to Houston and San Antonio, and then finished up at a big tournament, in a state tournament, and our high school team won the state tournament for our division. So we felt like it was the Lord honoring the work and the time that we had put in. We were just really humbled to be able to go through that experience together. And we just earlier today had a meeting with the commissioners of our team and sat down and talked through some of our thoughts and expectations for next season. And let's just say that both of us and the other commissioner, husband and wife commissioners that we were working with, are all definitely recognizing the amount of prayer and focused spiritual attention that need to go into next season to make it something that's going to be a blessing to the families that are involved. And so if you guys would partner with us in praying for that, we would really appreciate it. It was, like I said, it was a blessing, but it was really a stretch. It was really a stretch for us in a lot of ways.
It was very emotionally exhausting for our family, very physically exhausting for our family, and financially completely draining for our family as well. But we knew that God had called us to do this, to partner with this organization. And even at the end, in May, Jim really felt called to continue moving forward with partnering with this organization, and we both really feel like God has given him a vision for the softball and baseball divisions of this ministry, and really discipling as a program director over these two sports for middle school and high school boys and girls, really discipling them and teaching them about character and living godly lives through the sports of softball and baseball. And so it's very unique. It's not your typical baseball, softball teams, but it's something that we really feel led to do, and so we could really use your prayers as we continue to move forward, as it will be kind of a year-round thing, and seeing that grow, and seeing the people that that God is calling to continue to be a part of this, so we want to hit on some highlights, and we'll have some pictures. Those of you who are receiving this inside our newsletter, you'll see pictures below. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to want to subscribe to our newsletter to be able to see all the images from some of the stuff that we did with New Braunfels Thunder. But we want to highlight a few other things that happened since January, if you can believe that's the last time we left off. And then we want to finish with a very unexpected prayer request that we have for you guys. And so when we left off with you guys in January, part of our new homeschool co-op hosted a talent show, and Asher got to be a part of that, and he was so excited to be a part of it. They ran it kind of more like almost like America's Got Talent, right?
Yeah, sort of that
where they had
style.
Different rounds. And Asher was the youngest boy to participate at 12 years old. He was the youngest boy, and he didn't win, but he had such a great experience because he got to play 2 or 3 of his original pieces that he wrote and composed, as well as some crowd favorites. And so we're gonna in the newsletter we'll put a little post a little video as well, linked up in case you want to see some of that he did. And our boys continue to do weekends. We started those back up in May, of weekends playing at the coffee shop and growing and stretching them.
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh, what a blessing. Also, you may have seen our last newsletter. We had some family pics put in there. We love bartering with other people. And we had a friend, our friends at the campground, so generously. She's an amazing photographer. And we didn't have it in our budget to order some family pictures, but she needed some services that I provide through 3 Life Essentials. So we provided some nervous system retraining for some in their family, and they provided us in return with some amazing family pictures that we desperately needed. We hadn't had family pictures in years. And so we had those with the backdrop of the Guadalupe River, right? Was it the Guadalupe River or the Kamal River?
One of the rivers here.
Yeah, yeah. And we've had the blessing that even though we haven't been traveling as much in our fifth wheel, and it's been stationary, and that has been challenging in many ways, we have gotten to explore and hike around. There are tons of rivers around here, seen as one right here, the Blanco River. We have gotten to get out and get some hikes going around the different rivers and explore in those ways. And something else unexpected that happened in January was we got
some snow. That was, it snows every 5 years in Texas, or in the southern part of Texas, central Texas. And so we had not seen snow in a long time, and it was in the forecast, and we were kind of thinking, oh, it's a possibility, maybe this is going to happen actually. And then sure enough, it's stuck on the ground, which is unusual. Every now and then it'll snow but it won't stick. And this time it snowed and it stuck, and so we got to experience the beauty of this gorgeous white snowfall that came down and covered the RV park where we were staying, and,
Yeah.
and just a beautiful thing. Got some nice pictures there. Our friend the photographer took a beautiful family pic of us standing out in the snow in all of our winter gear. So it was really it was definitely one of those moments that we don't get to experience very often, so it was nice to be able to see that.
Yes. And some of the other areas of ministry that we did in February, we got to be a part of a Valentine's tea for widows that was happening. Our whole family got involved in that. Some of us were packing up little presents that they were going to take home with them, and then Micah also served at the event, and he loved it because he got to dress up. He loves dressing up, and so he got to dress up in nice clothes and then serve the widows at the tea, and that was so. I love getting in the community and us getting to be a part of that and letting our boys experience and be a part of that, of serving others in that way. And speaking of Micah,
so
something else you wanted to say about that?
No, that was good. Yeah, I was ready to move on.
Yes.
So Micah, a few years ago, broke his nose, and his deviated septum has caused him some issues. His sinuses have always just been really clogged up, and so we just were so blessed. We had somebody provide some money.
Yeah, one of our newsletter, somebody generously donated for Micah to be able to get this done.
Yeah. So they didn't specify that this was what we would use it for, but this is something we've been praying about for a long time, and some money came in, and Amy had been doing research on this, and came in right at the moment that we needed it, and so we just saw that as a sign from the Lord, and so we took a step forward and had the craniofacial release done for Micah. And he, on the way there, the first time we asked him what his breathing was, like on a scale of 1 to 10, breathing through his nose, what would you say your breathing is? And so we asked Micah that question, and he said that his breathing through his nose was a 4 in one side, and then maybe a 3 in the other side, maybe a 3 or 4 in the other side. And then we went through, it was a couple of different trips down there to get the CFR done. And after the last one, every time he would come out and go, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And after the last one, we asked him that question again. What do you, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say your breathing is? And he said it was a 10, that he was able to breathe more through both sides of his nose than he had ever remembered being able to do. And so it was an enormous blessing.
Yes.
We were just so grateful that he was able to go through that, and to be able to breathe that way was really pretty spectacular.
Yes. So. And he may have to have a future craniofacial release as we continue to work through the challenges with the airways and really trying to help get those expanded. And eventually we hope to be able to get this person in for a craniofacial release as well. So so that's some of the updates on our airway front, on our airway journey. Noah is almost complete with his airway journey. He's been doing some things with Breather Coach. He is just about to get his braces off. He's had his MARPE removed, so he's still doing some myofunctional therapy stuff.
But you could see the structural difference in his face than a couple of years ago. It's really kind of remarkable to look at him and the structure of his jaw, and how his jaw compares to the rest of his face is really it's really pretty amazing to see.
Yeah. So we're hoping that this journey is allowing him to not have to experience a lot of the things that Jim has experienced, and hoping to help relieve any more issues with sleep apnea or snoring, or and restoring functional breathing habits, and for all of the boys in our family.
All of the little boys. Yeah.
Because speaking of airway updates, Jim is also, we have Operation Dad Sleeps in the Bed Again happening. many of you know, or some of you know, that Jim has been able to sleep in a bed off and on, probably for the last 3 or 4 years. And we're trying to help him get back comfortable sleeping in a bed again. So there's lots of layers to that he is working through, and the craniofacial release is one aspect of that, but we're working towards that goal so that he can be able to sleep in a bed again, and that would be a huge blessing.
So our photographer friend, their family was actually decided that they were going to move into a house. They were about to have another baby. They've got a bunch of little rugrats running around, and they were going to add a fourth. And so they went into a rental home. So we had the opportunity to help them move in, to get them squared away and get all of their things moved over. I towed their fifth wheel to a little storage place where where it's parked right now, and they're trying to sell that fifth wheel. So if you know somebody that wants to buy a nice little Momentum, just let us know. A little toy hauler.
Yeah.
Let us know. It's a beautiful rig, and so we got them all moved in, squared away, taken care of, and we've been able to go over and kind of hang out with them a couple times since then.
Yeah.
Went to a birthday party at their house, so got them stationed nicely. And on the moving side, we not too long ago went to Houston. The storage place where we had all of our furniture and things stored was $90 that we got this place for. And then over the course of the time while we were traveling, the price increased and then increased and then increased, and eventually we were paying almost $300 a month. And so we bit the bullet one day and said, you know what, we got to get that out of there, move it all to Canyon Lake where it's closer to us. And so we found a rental place that we were able to move into. Found just a great deal that you can find online sometimes. We got it for $65 a month, and so now we're $65 a month for the time being, and have all of our stuff close enough that if we need something, we can go grab it from the rental unit, and if we need to throw something in storage, we can take it and just drop it off. It's less than a 10-minute drive now, so we have the opportunity that we couldn't believe how many things we found in that storage unit that we have bought since we put everything in storage. Just a couple of different items that we were like, oh my gosh, this would have been great to just go grab it out of storage and bring it into the rig, or other things that we've taken to my parents. So it's nice to have all that stuff localized again.
Yeah, it's such a blessing to have it close. I will say it was a little bittersweet though, because I would have loved to have moved something out of storage and into a home.
Yeah. Yep.
But that is not what God's story has for us right now. And so, but it's such a huge blessing, and we've been continuing to be focused on trying to be good stewards of all the resources God has given us, right? Our time, our
treasures
talents,
we have.
Our talents, our finances. And so that was just another way that we needed to be a better steward of what God has given us. And it was funny, my dad asked me if we had a garage sale from that, and I said absolutely not. Well, number one, we don't have a place to have a garage sale, but number two, we still need all of that stuff. When we eventually have a house, we have all of that stuff we still would use. I think there was 3 little chairs that we got rid of, and that was the only things that we got rid of.
They're for the little boys, and we don't have any little boys anymore. Yeah.
But so last but not least, we wanted to share with you an unexpected prayer request.
So my
Jim,
mom,
you want to give a little backstory?
Yeah. So my mom reached out to me the other day and said, "Hey, I need to talk to you right away." And that's always scary when your parents reach out to you and tell you that sort of thing. So, so my family is kind of unusual in the respect that we are from all over the place. My dad and his family grew up in Mississippi and in Louisiana if you're from around there. And my mom, her family is all from Washington State. And so the irony is that I hardly know any of them because we just haven't made time to go over and visit. And they aren't particularly close to their family. My mom actually has a twin that we've met.
I have not met her, I don't think.
I think I've met her once or twice, and it's her twin. And so she lives up in Washington State, And my mom got in touch with us the other day and said, hey, we really need you to pray about something, or I need to talk to you. And so we reached out to her, and it turns out that my mom's sister, my mom's twin, feels like we are very kindred spirits of hers. And
even though she's talked to me a couple of times over the phone,
right,
and doesn't really know us. I mean, she knows us through her sister.
Yeah, she knows us through my mom, right? And so she talked to my mom the other day and said, hey, Kay, I got a report from the doctor that they think I have cancer potentially, and so I'm starting to get my estate in order. So she is getting her estate in order. She feels like this is something that it's kind of always been in the back of her mind. She was an oncology nurse for her whole life, working wise, and she doesn't really have family that she would think would be a blessing for her to give her estate to. And so she would like for us to have her estate. And so she is making arrangements to pass that on to us. She has asked us to consider moving to Washington State, living in the home, and taking care of her 4 dogs that she has there. So it's all been a very wow for us, and it's something that we are very overwhelmed with the thought of it, because it would mean leaving. My parents right now are an hour and a half from here, and Amy's dad is 3 hours from here, and so we're in a spot where if we need to, close enough.
5 hours.
4.5. He's a few hours away. I mean, he's within a day's drive, right? And so if we need to, if something really happens and we have to, we can get to his house. We can get to my parents pretty quickly. And so we're in a spot now where that would take us a long way away from everybody in our family, right? And so it's a lot to consider, especially with her dad kind of living in the middle of nowhere by himself, and with my parents getting a little bit older. And so we would just ask you to really press into praying about this for us, because it's a decision. It's obviously a huge decision for us, and we are just overwhelmed with gratitude that she would consider us, and think of us. And we feel like it's the Lord that put us on her heart, and so we want to honor her. We want to honor our parents. We want to honor the Lord in this, and we want to make a wise decision about what we're supposed to do.
Right.
And so if you would please jump in to praying about that for us, we would really, really very much appreciate it.
We also know that the Washington laws are not too kind to homeschoolers.
Yep.
And so lots of different things to be thinking through, and his aunt feels like her time on earth is coming to an end, and she's very excited to go be with Jesus. So that's something that is not a concern to her, and but she's not looking for extending her life or doing things that would be lessen the quality of the life that God has for her. And so so we want to, again, like Jim said, respect her wishes, and also just this just kind of came out of left field for us. So
very much so. Yep, very much so.
And we feel very called to the area where we are right now, and the things that God has been placing before us regarding the nonprofit organization, and partnering with them, and helping further the vision for that discipleship program in the sports ministry. So we're really just trying to just really ask the Lord what he wants in this, and what he wants for her, and for us in all of this. So
and that's the other side, is that we don't know the timing. Like, it could be
right.
It could be 6 months, could be 6 years, could be 16 years. I mean, we just really don't know. We have no idea we don't know what to expect timing wise. So it's very much kind of up in the air in that respect.
It would, yeah, definitely kind of being in limbo, needing to be available really at any point to go up there.
Right.
So, yes. So, and if Holy Spirit lays something on your heart that you feel like you need to share with us regarding that He shows you, we would covet your prayers and would receive that from you. And so,
the Lord gives you a word of prophecy or something that you want to say that the Lord would like you to say to us. Please
yes.
speak.
Yes.
Speak, Lord. Your servant is listening.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Lastly, before we go, I almost forgot. Something that I'm doing through our 3 Life Essentials organization is this summer, I'm providing free InnerVoice scans this whole summer. And so I'm going to put a little information below the video and in our newsletter about that, because it's something that I wanted to offer as a blessing to others. It's something that we normally do based on your the analysis of your voice to bring, and it's customized music for you to listen to bring balance to your emotions. And so if you think that that's something that would be beneficial to you or to someone in your family, I'll have a link below where you can partake of one of those for free. So it's something that we're offering to our community in the 3 Life Essentials, and so I just want to make that available to our Explore the Unseen community as well, because we love you guys. Mm-hmm. And we want to see you be well as well as us as we go through this journey together. So, and we like to when we send you our newsletters, we love to send you something with as a gift to you, and so see that as our gift to you. And we will not let it go another 6 months before we reach out to you guys. So we'll see you guys soon.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.